What's good, guys? It's your boy DC Juggernaut coming to you with a reaction of Death Battle Perfect Cell versus Metal Sonic. That's right. It's been a while. We're back at it again. Like I said, you see your boy on TikToks, you see your boy on Twitch, and see your boy on Instagram. That's right. All that shit right there you see, except for the YouTube. You can see the YouTube thing too. You're gonna put the reaction. I'm gonna put the reaction too on that one too, baby. But yeah, we're going to see this death battle and enjoy it. And I haven't seen it, so yeah, I'm about to get down to it. So let's do this. Again, reaction to death battle.
Versus Metal Sonic.
Which copycat android is truly the superior model?
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Now, I know both characters very
There's
well.
A monster stalking Ginger Town.
I know.
No one who's seen it has lived to tell the
I
tale.
know Perfect Cell.
All it left behind was
I know Perfect Cell, and I know Metal Sonic. I know that Perfect Cell has pretty much the gene of every fighter that Dr. Gero had released his little fly gadget to take the DNA, because he got Frieza, he has Piccolo, he has some people from the Namek area. Like, he literally has a lot, and majority of it he has the singing, but his power compared to what Super is right now, they don't have anything. Like, he don't have anything like that. I mean, if you want to count Cell Max, that's still a fault version of it. It's not a perfection of it. That was just a brute that sucked. Metal Sonic, on the other hand, Metal Sonic is pretty much literally built like how how Android 16 is, but better. That's what Metal Sonic just to fight Sonic. Shoot, hell, he could fight Shadow too. Like, Metal Sonic is a fucking beast. Like, especially when he goes to his giant ass kaiju mech one is a done deal. Like, that dude will shred. And just imagine Ultron with super speed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, but yeah, let's get down. Let's finish watching it.
Its name was Cell.
Born from a single cell, get it? This android possessed the genetic information of all the greatest warriors that had battled on Earth, and, when fully evolved, would become unstoppable.
And with their DNA, Cell absorbed all their powers and techniques too.
Common among all of them is the power to manipulate Ki, or the energy that exists in all living things, and weaponize it to fire energy blasts, fly at faster than light speeds, move things with telekinesis, and create force fields.
From the humans, Krillin and Tien, Cell knows the multi-form technique, Destructo Disc, and the Tri-Beam, his extra special favorite. Oh, weird, I'm not seeing Chaozu on this list. Sorry, bud.
Is Chaozu human?
Oh.
Okay. Cell can fire the Death Beam, as well as breathe in and travel through the vacuum of space with the alien genes of Frieza and his father.
And because he's got Piccolo's DNA, Cell can regenerate humongous damage to his body at the cost of some Ki.
Cell has survived having half his body vaporized multiple times, and cannot be destroyed unless the small cluster of cells at the core of his being is eradicated.
Should that little bugger survive, Cell will always return, even stronger than before because of the Saiyan DNA he got from Goku and Vegeta. Definitely the cream of the genetic crop.
Sure, he can perfectly replicate attacks like the Gallic Gun, Spirit Bomb, and of course Kamehameha, as well as teleport by locking onto
Big
a living
Bang
being's
attack,
Ki signature.
But the best part of being a Saiyan is how much crazy stronger they get every time they almost die.
They can even evolve to become orders of magnitude stronger in the midst of battle. Combine that with Cell's healing factor, and he is effectively the ultimate warrior.
Like a perpetual shonen motion machine.
Driven by a biological imperative, Cell wanted nothing more than to devour Gero's previous androids, 17 and 18, believing it would make him perfect.
Only one problem. The Cell we know was born in the future, and both 17 and 18 had been destroyed. So he murdered Trunks and went back in time. Not our Trunks, future Trunks. Well, not future Trunks, but another future Trunks. It's very complicated. There's like 5 timelines.
As Cell defeated and absorbed the androids, he evolved. not only getting stronger, but changing his personality and developing a lust for battle.
He became less creepy bug serial killer and more, well, Saiyan. After exploiting that very Saiyan arrogance and warrior's pride, Cell finally became perfect.
And easily dominated Trunks and Vegeta, the latter of whom had decades of battle experience under his belt.
Perfect Cell's power was off the charts. He could threaten the whole Earth just by powering up. With a full power Kamehameha, he was even capable of destroying our entire solar system.
While the vast majority of our solar system's mass is located in the sun,
mean,
this still
does-
means
it
that
does.
Cell's key wave would have to reach 2.8
does say that,
billion
you know,
miles to
in the
eradicate
manga.
the planet.
But Wiz, maybe he was just exaggerating.
Not likely.
I mean,
Cell's claim has been backed up in
that's why
multiple
Cell, to
guidebooks
me, is
and even
a better
demonstrated
fighter than
outright in the video
Goku.
games.
Cell's even stronger in the anime adaptation, considering the time Frieza blew up Namek. In the anime, the explosion was literally hundreds of light years wide and lit up the friggin' galaxy.
And Cell was far stronger than Frieza was at that point in time.
Hell, the Namekians could sense him all the way from a different galaxy and thought he might be a threat to the whole universe.
He's also incredibly fast, capable of blitzing even the strongest Z fighters at the time. Goku flew from Grand Kai's planet of heaven all the way to hell, hundreds of billions of light years in half a minute. And that was in his base form.
Yeah, that's cool, but how about the power to squeeze mini Cell Juniors out of your butt? What? Never heard of that key technique? Call it the Kegel.
Perfect Cell was entirely without peer and no longer wedded to Giro's petty grudge.
Real quick, Cell Jr. are literally Perfect Cell miniature. They're strong. They're not as strong as Perfect Cell, but they are half as strong, which is still stronger than most of the Z fighters in that time. Like straight up, like just imagine, like they just all miniature Perfect Cell. They not even really hit their full potential. Yeah.
Decided to prove it with a tournament.
The Cell Games! And if Goku couldn't even beat him, what hope did anyone else have? Vegeta couldn't even handle a Cell Jr.
Their last hope was Goku's own son, Gohan.
After Cell arrogantly let him power up, Gohan unleashed his rage, pushed the bug monster to his absolute limits, and beat him. Wow, Cell, you really are related to Vegeta, aren't you?
In truth, Cell was a victim of his own success. The same Saiyan genes that made him all-powerful also sowed the seeds of his defeat.
He got so mad he even blew himself up. Maybe he does have some Chaozu in him after all.
Even that wasn't enough to totally put him down, and he came back with the same Super Saiyan power-up that Gohan had just unlocked.
Super Perfect Cell! Now with more lightning. In a
Super
battle
Cell
for
2.
the ages, Cell put the entire weight of his biological
SE2.
programming against one
Yeah.
lone Saiyan and went the distance.
But in the end, it still wasn't enough. No matter how
At
brilliantly
the
Dr.
end,
Gero copied the Z
Cell
fighters,
got cheated.
he still couldn't quite figure out their knack for
I mean,
going beyond.
like, come on.
What can be destroyed
That's how
can
Cell
always be
lost.
rebuilt. All it takes to recreate
It's
the most
because you got
fearsome warrior in the
Vegeta
universe
interrupted it.
is one
But let's be
single
real, Cell
cell.
would have won that match, like straight up.
Hey, real quick, did you know Death Metal launched our own tabletop gaming channel? It's called The Nightly Brew. We're doing Dungeons and Dragons,
Okay.
Blood. Again, the world and
Get
its
back.
cuddly forest critters were threatened by the evil and oval Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik.
And time and again, that same world and those same critters were saved by Sonic the Hedgehog. No matter how many robotic badniks the good doctor threw at his blue spiky nemesis, his schemes were always 6 spin jumps to the glowing weak spot away from getting cracked and scrambled.
But it wouldn't be over easy for Eggman. If he couldn't defeat the Blue Blur, he would make his own, Metal Sonic.
Well, 0 points on creativity for that name.
Like, come
but
on,
God
back then,
damn,
Metal
he
Sonic-
does look metal as hell.
Like,
They say
it was
imitation is the
just
sincerest
so
form of
fucking
flattery,
clean, though.
so Eggman built Metal with more than enough blast processing to match his prototype.
Metal can zoom around at massively hypersonic speeds, fast enough to fly to nearby planets in seconds.
He's tougher than Eggman's standard equipment, some of which can survive black holes.
Metal can use all of Sonic's power-ups and even replicate his classic spin dash and light speed attack.
But he's got moves of his own.
He can attack with energy blast, fire a chest laser, surround himself in an electric aura, or an impenetrable force field.
By overloading his circuitry with energy, Metal can activate V Maximum Overdrive, quadrupling his acceleration and obliterating anything in his path. at the risk of self-destructing.
You'd think all that'd be enough to turn the rodent into roadkill, but it only took one showdown on Stardust Speedway to send Metal to the scrap heap.
On paper, Metal should be able to outmatch Sonic in every way, and yet he doesn't. For some reason, Eggman wasn't able to capture that ineffable quality that makes Sonic the fastest thing alive. Metal's defeats at the hands of Sonic and his friends sharpened his AI into a seething hatred of his rival and a burning desire to prove himself superior.
Yeah, well, when you're getting your supersized red ass handed to you by Charmy B, you know something's gone horribly wrong.
Metal's defeats gave him an existential crisis. If he was created to surpass Sonic and couldn't even manage that, what was he? Why should he exist?
Never one to admit defeat, Eggman took Metal back to the drawing board and birthed him anew.
This Neo Metal Sonic was, above all, far smarter.
Especially after he copied Eggman's intelligence and took over his empire. And we mean literally copied. If Metal started as Sonic's copycat, why not hunt all of his furry friends down and copy them too?
Neo Metal Sonic is equipped with scanners in his optic receptors that can copy a person's biodata, giving him the ability to recreate all of their abilities in seconds.
Like the Sonic Boom, Knuckles' Hammer Punch, Tails' magical swiveling asshole, and Big's ability to suck at fishing.
Metal isn't just learning their moves, he can replicate more esoteric powers like Silver Psychokinesis, manufacture Rouge's mechanical bat guards, or alter his very biology to copy Espio's chameleon invisibility. It's worth mentioning that biological data is a real scientific term and can refer to molecular structures like the genome sequence within a living organism's DNA.
Yeah, his copying is so busted, it doesn't really matter that he's a robot made of metal. If you can do it, so can he. Probably helps that he can shapeshift and regenerate his whole body from a puddle.
Likely by copying one of the mightiest beings on the planet, the god of destruction,
Chaos.
Not the only chaos he's encountered.
By scanning the ultimate life form, Shadow the Hedgehog, he gained his ability to manipulate some of the most powerful artifacts in the universe.
You mean the Chaos Emeralds?
Yes, the emeralds contain an infinite wellspring of mystical power and life energy. With them, Metal can perform Shadow's chaos control. He can teleport, warp, and distort space, boost his speed, and stop time. And with either the Chaos Emeralds or Master Emerald, he can transform into Super Neo Metal Sonic.
Completely invulnerable and completely golden, Super Neo Metal Sonic can move at faster than light speeds and has the power to move continents.
The emeralds are inconceivably powerful. They've been used to fuel Eggman's Death Egg, which could obliterate star systems.
On their own, they can even create and destroy whole universes.
Other super characters like Sonic have battled and defeated beings like the Time Eater, who could destroy multiple dimensions and timelines in seconds. At their peak, 3 super hedgehogs have even fought Solaris, who nearly consumed Sonic's entire multiverse.
So Super Neo Metal Sonic should be just as powerful as any of them, though he's gotta be quick because all that power only lasts a short time.
The road to total domination was nearly at an end. After manipulating Sonic and friends and copying their abilities, Metal eventually combined their biodata with the mighty Egg Fleet and became Metal Overlord.
Complete with missiles, giant crystal projectiles, and the strength to match 3 supersonic heroes all by himself, Overlord is all-time final boss material.
And he knew it. His ego might as well have had its own health bar. Metal's drive to surpass his rival had morphed into the delusional belief that he was the original, and Sonic the loathsome copy.
A copy that Metal had finally outclassed. All the heroes Metal had gathered had to team up to take him down.
He may have stolen their abilities, but Metal never possessed the thing that made the Sonic heroes successful: their friendship and teamwork.
Aw, how cute! Gag. Probably should have added some of those goddamn rails to the final boss fight, cause it is impossible to land on those things. Ahem. After getting trashed again, Eggman reprogrammed Metal to purge any bits of rebelliousness from his code.
Metal returned to being the Eggman Army's chief enforcer, always proving invaluable as the Bad Doctor's greatest creation, now completely obedient once again.
I don't know, Wiz. Who knows what's really going on behind those glowing red eyes? Maybe Metal is more cunning than he lets on, and is only biding his time until he can take over again.
Maybe the most powerful thing that Metal copied was the ability to lie.
Alright, so to me, Metal Sonic should win. Like, straight up. Like, I like Cell, don't get me wrong. Cell's fucking badass. But Metal Sonic and the Chaos Emeralds are way stronger than Cell ever fought. Pretty much. I mean, yeah, Cell is fast and stuff, but he can't, go through. He can't move through time. Like let's be real. And the people that said he can, shut the fuck up. No, he can't. He never shown a feat where he could just someone stop time and he's able to walk through it. Not like how Goku did with Hit, And look how much stronger that was. Like, come on, let's be real. I mean, Neo Metal Sonic should definitely win. I mean, he fought dimensional people. Cell has not fought anyone that's from a fifth or fourth dimension being at all. He's not there. Okay, if Cells win, I'm gonna be pissed because there's another death battle shit that should have been actually accurate because wasn't accurate. Oh yeah, let's get to that. So.
And we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death
I hope it's Devil Artemis that do the voice because that'd be perfect. Devil Artemis with Kermit the Frog.
Salutations, Dr. Robotnik. Your reputation precedes.
Okay, that is him. Okay.
Bring me your strongest fighter or face.
The Kermit the Frog tag.
To kneel before your master. Perfect. Tell me, does a machine like yourself ever experience fear? Not anymore! You're dealing with the ultimate life form. Already possesses data. Observe. Chaos. Control. Life form data successfully copied. Scum. It'll take more than that to kill me, puppet! I know. Now I know everything about you, insect.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
Don't you dare. The greatest warrior in the universe. I am all of them. If you are all of them, then so am I. I'll never lose to a machine like...
Yeah.
I'll crush you.
Yeah. There was no
now
way.
Metal's got all the powers of the Chaos Emeralds and the Z Fighters? Well, that world's fucked. Our bad.
Cell may have been one of the greatest threats in Dragon Ball Z, but Eggman's greatest creation ultimately proved too much for him.
Yeah.
Let's break this down into 4 categories:
I mean-
strength, speed, abilities, and adaptation.
They all
First up,
like
who was the strongest? Well, it's no surprise that any version of Cell was gonna be way more
Yeah, but
powerful than
Metal
base
Sonic
Metal
was way
or
stronger.
Neo. Even just using the manga, blowing up a solar system is far beyond the level of power output Metal can match.
Without his stronger forms.
Okay.
With
Wow,
them, the
okay.
power gap entirely reversed. Not only could Metal match Cell's solar system busting or scaling from Frieza, but he could surpass it with the universe-destroying power of the Emeralds.
But hang on, Wiz. Those Namekians said that Cell was strong enough to threaten a universe on his own.
They did, but they didn't specify how, and there's
Yeah.
nothing suggesting he could destroy it in one go, especially since it's only brought up theoretically and without any time frame.
Even being generous and assuming he could just blow it up, final bosses like Time Eater and Solaris can destroy the wider multiverse, and Super Neo Metal would scale to them. Metal Sonic takes the edge in
Yeah.
strength.
And with Sonic characters being known for their speed, you might think that was an easy win for Metal.
At his max
Yep.
speed in his super form, he should be comparable to entities like the Time Eater, who in Shadow Generations can destroy entire universes in seconds. By using the radius of the observable universe, we can estimate the Time Eater's destructive wave traveled at about 180 quadrillion times faster than light.
Certainly
That's
impressive,
true.
but
Yep.
let's compare that to Goku's flight from heaven to hell shortly after the Cell games,
That's
which
fast,
covered
fast.
roughly a
That-
universe in
like with the
distance
heaven
at
or hell thing, they
approximately
didn't really describe how
180
far it
quadrillion
really
times
was.
faster
Like, I
than
mean, come
light.
on, it's
No
like
way, just like Time Eater. The difference,
Like,
though, was that
we
Goku
saw
was
in
in his base form,
Daima,
way slower than
like,
Super Saiyan 2 Gohan or Super
what they
Perfect
had to do
Cell.
to go through a
Factoring in
portal
Super Saiyan multipliers, Super Perfect
to
Cell
get
can move
to
upwards of
the
100
demon
times
world, so
faster than that.
let's be real.
And so 100 times faster than Metal Sonic. Somehow, Cell takes the edge in speed. You know, the thing Metal was designed for.
Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I don't
Let's
believe
see
that
if any
shit.
of their abilities could tip the scales.
They shared many of the same powers, like telekinesis, force fields, and energy projectiles. Of note though, Cell's regeneration was clearly superior, able to fully heal from a single cluster of microscopic cells.
On top of that, Cell's Saiyan genes would let him grow in power every time he almost
I mean,
died.
maybe that's
and
the
his
only
Cell
thing is the
Juniors gave him the
regeneration,
numbers
but,
advantage.
And considering
Regen,
Super
though,
Neo
but
Metal
that's
had a
about it,
time
though,
limit,
like-
Cell would have a big advantage in a battle of attrition.
But with Chaos Control, that became a lot tougher.
Cell and his juniors had no way to deal with Metal boosting his speed or stopping time, something that countered Cell's speed advantage and left him open. And with Silver's psychokinesis, or the Emerald spatial distortion, Metal could seriously impair Cell's healing.
So it helped that Cell could fall back on his martial arts abilities in a pinch.
Despite effectively being a newborn, Cell's genetic instincts allowed him to best Earth's most skilled warriors back to back to back.
Metal may have copied Eggman's brains, but he definitely isn't as good of a fighter. The Sonic heroes haven't trained like the Z fighters, and Metal's been beaten by all of them a bunch of times. So all that in mind, abilities is roughly a wash.
Which leaves us with the one thing they're both known for, their capability to evolve and become more powerful in response to their opponents, aka their adaptation.
And frankly, that's where this back and forth completely breaks.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, Metal can copy Cell, but Cell can't absorb Metal.
Cell's ability to physically absorb an opponent is primarily viable against foes he can match or overpower.
Even if he took Metal by surprise, he can't absorb fully inorganic robots like Android 16.
Cell was only able to absorb androids 17 and 18 because they were primarily organic.
They're actually more like cyborgs and are only called androids in the English translation.
Metal, on the other hand, can copy a target's biodata through only a few seconds of direct eyesight, something he could easily accomplish during a time stop.
And using it on Cell means he wouldn't just get Cell's powers, but the powers of all of the Z Warriors too.
Remember, Metal's copying applies to abilities that fundamentally affect his own biology, like Espio's invincibility or Chaos's liquid body. Nothing Cell has would be off limits, especially given all of Cell's powers were genetically encoded in the first place, quite literally biodata.
Cell's Saiyan power-ups? Copied. Cell's regeneration? Copied. Cell's key techniques? Believe it or not, copied.
Chaos Emeralds are described as being able to produce life energy, similar to Ki. So there's a precedent for him being able to replicate Cell's power set. And at this point, there's nothing stopping Metal from, say, stopping time and using a Kamehameha to vaporize him at a cellular level. Just like Gohan did.
Cell might be able to do anything the Z Fighters know how to do, but that's not gonna help him, cause Metal can do anything Cell knows how to do. Strange, isn't it?
Cell just doesn't have any options to retaliate that Metal wouldn't also possess, including any of his previous advantages. Metal's copy ability is just that overpowered.
Oh, I guess now I get why they called it Sonic CD.
And why's that?
Cell died. Wiz, you get it? CD? Wiz, where you go? Come on back. Next time on Death Battle.
Next time. Oh god, they doing it. It's Bakugo and Bomb Girl. Yeah, it's Bakugo. I forgot where it's at.
Subscribe and join as a member to see
Rezzy. Alright. So yeah, there you go, guys. It was a good fight, but I already knew it was pretty much almost a one-sided kind of thing. You know? Yeah. Metal Sonic is that dude. So yeah. Thank you for coming down. Thank you for watching your boy react to. So y'all have a nice day. Much love. Y'all be safe. I'm out.